how many people on board?
Me?
You're a citizen.
Yeah, but does it really matter?
Not anymore, unfortunately. Thank you.
You too.
Less conversation, a little more action, please. All this.
Intellectual Frog Legs is filmed before a live studio audience.
I was born my papa's son. When I hit the ground, I was on my run. One right hand, another behind. You can have your just give me mine.
A drunk woman attacks a plane crew with a prosthetic leg. Ooh, she must have been hopping mad. You know, I'm not a Republican, and this actually surprises some people. I'm also not a Democrat, and, well, this surprises no one. The Democrats have gone full-blown communist. But you know what? I was really pleased to see the brilliant and highly respected Dr. Ben Carson come out and articulate the same point.
Go back and read the neo-Marxist literature. It's all right there. All of this stuff is not secret. That's why I encourage people all the time. Go and read this stuff. You don't have to take my word for it. Vladimir Lenin, Saul Alinsky, Karl Marx, and there was a guy who was a former CIA agent by the name of Cleon Skousen, who wrote a book in 1958 called The Naked Communist. And it laid out the whole agenda. You would think by reading it that it was written last year, showing what they're trying to do to American families, what they're trying to do to our Judeo-Christian faith.
Dr. Ben rocks. And check out The Naked Communist. It was written in 58, it was entered into the Congressional Record in 63, and it contains the 45 current at the time communist goals, and it looks like a completed grocery list. No joke. It's scary stuff, man. Check it out. You know, we have a country to save. You know, and this is not left versus right. This is right versus wrong. Because right this second, we're headed over a cliff. And when I say we, I mean Democrats, Republicans, Independents, whatever. We're all going because this cannot be sustained.
The way Bush has done it over the last 8 years is to take out a credit card from the Bank of China in the name of our children, driving up our national debt from $5 trillion for the first 42 presidents. Number 43 added $4 trillion by his lonesome.
We're going to start with a little perspective here, and I apologize for repeating myself. But you know what they say, if you repeat a lie often enough, well, we repeat the truth. The average government-educated American has no grasp of the amount of money that we actually owe. I mean, we're talking about billions and trillions. So here you go. Here's a visual. This is today. This is the year 2014. 1 billion seconds ago, it was 1983. 1 trillion seconds ago, it was 29,700 BC. Give or take an hour. No joke. Almost 30,000 years before Christ. It's 1 trillion seconds. And now if you multiply that by 17, that's almost how much money we owe. Almost. And welcome to Intellectual Frog Legs. Well, the inscription on Hollywood's tombstone has now been written, and it says, Sharknado. My goodness, one of the most popular movies of the summer. It's not even a movie. It's a TV movie called Sharknado, a tornado of flying sharks. They say it's based on actual climate science. I saw it on the interweb. See what happens to you climate deniers? You get flying sharks. Anyway, and I love this headline. Ebola patient arrives at Atlanta hospital. No need for concern. James Woods says, sounds like the beginning of a Stephen King movie. Hey, I'm with James on that one.
Deputies say this man tried to rob a gun store with a bat.
happiness is a warm gun.
Say, Marty, we know you're from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Okay. Now, what does a person from Philadelphia dunk his pretzel in?
A girl from New Jersey.
But anyway, we're naming this episode Liberal Pudding because you've heard the old saying, the proof's in the pudding. Well, Obama and the Democrats have made enough pudding for everybody. For everybody. And chocolate ain't the only thing that's brown. Here we are, pudding cup number one. We're going to look at liberal economics, or socialist economics, or progressive, whatever term you want to use, whatever they're going by these days. We see Obama and his media are out there telling people, the economy's fine.
America has recovered faster and come farther than almost any other advanced country on earth.
See, you're the only one struggling. Everybody else is doing great. But then, you know, they point to this ridiculous 6-point-something unemployment rate. And you know what? It's easy to have a low unemployment rate when you don't count everybody. The real unemployment rate remains in double digits at 12.2%. It's true. It's true. You can do the math yourself, unless you're government educated.
You don't have a right to know everything in a separation of powers government, my friend.
But whether at home or abroad over the EU, it is failure after failure after failure. Socialist policies don't work. Look, Detroit's bankruptcy is well chronicled, despite Captain Destructo's assurances to the contrary.
We refuse to let Detroit go bankrupt.
Look at California. Look at California. They're blessed with a ridiculous amount of beauty and natural resources and industry. And they've gone broke. California is $500 billion in debt. And you know, 360 of the $500 billion is government pensions and government workers' health care, aka the damn unions. And you know what? They're going to leave California just like they left Detroit, just a dried up carcass, if something's not done about these parasites called the public sector unions.
I ain't work when I loaf. How can you work and loaf at the same time? Union man, I belong to the union.
I mean, they don't have to make a profit. They can't be fired, doesn't matter what they do, and they get more benefits and perks than over 90% of the taxpayers who fund them. But see, liberals and these Democrats, they're like undisciplined children. And the fundamental premise of liberal economics is that business is bad, businessmen are evil, and that businessmen cannot be trusted. So let's trust politicians.
This was the moment when the rise of the oceans began to slow and our planet began to heal.
See, that's why I'll take corporate greed over political greed any day, because corporate greed can go to jail. Madoff or Ken Lang. Political greed, no, they don't go to jail. They just get fatter.
Breaking the law, 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 breaking the law.
So sue me.
I'm a liar. Yeah, I'm a liar.
I'm telling you, you're going to see an uprising in this nation. And it won't be long now. I mean, you just can't keep pushing folk.
Hey everybody, this is Wild Bill for America, and you're watching Intellectual Frog Legs.
You don't know a damn thing about Washington, D.C.
Really, sir? I don't know a damn thing about Washington, D.C. because you won't pay your parking tickets.
No.
Really? Oh, really? Yeah. All right.
Don't misunderstand me. I realize
illegals come across the border down there, they're saying that they're entitled to a hearing, that illegal aliens are entitled to a lawyer. Well, who came up with that crazy-ass rule? Well, you know who came up with it. It was the lawyers. So you know what? I think it's a good idea. Let's get each illegal alien a lawyer and kick both their asses out of the country. How about that?
I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican, radio.
You know, between now and November's election, the goal of this show is to help save this country. Period. I mean, I'm scared for my son. I'm scared for your kids. I'm scared for my nieces and nephews. And I'm not here to chase every little silly-ass news story. But I will try to offer a perspective that will appeal to people who hate politics. Like me. I hate it. And you know what? If I can inspire you to get out and educate some people, or to grab a microphone or a camera, and then you go out and inspire somebody else to do the same, God bless you. That's how we'll win this thing. Grassroots. But now the liberals who've taken over academia portray us as radical if we feel pride for our country. The Constitution's unconstitutional. It's offensive.
Questions of race and gender were unresolved. No women's signature graced the original document.
You know what, for the record, we are proud of our country. We have an awesome heritage, but we are ashamed of our government. Ashamed of our government. You know, contrary to what these liberals in academia spout, one thing that we can take great pride in is our founding fathers. You know, all other revolutions, before and after the American Revolution, were started by men who had nothing to lose. Nothing. But our founding fathers had everything to lose. They were rich. They had nothing materially to gain except freedom. And they were serious men. They were serious men. And they took very seriously the last paragraph of the Declaration of Independence, which says, quote, "And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence," that's God, "we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor."
One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you.
You know, and the guys who signed this, the 56 signers, they knew immediately upon signing that they were signing their death warrant. They were traitors to the crown. The King of England was already wanting to have them hung, but you know, they fulfilled that pledge, and they did so in the harshest of terms. Some of them had their homes sacked and looted and occupied. Some of them got killed in the wars and were shot. Some were captured and tortured. They lost their sons. But we mutually pledged to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. These were men of integrity. These were men of honor. And this is where we come from. Thank you so much for being here. Please stop by the website and let your frog legs. Excuse me. Hello?
I hate your show. It sucks.
Thanks for calling. Another satisfied customer. Anyway, where was I? Oh, thank you guys so much for being here. Please stop by the website. Dang. Hello?
Joe Dan, did you hear that there's a crisis on the border?
No, we haven't heard a thing about that.
I wrote a song about it. I'll be right over.
It's Victoria Jackson. Oh, no, now's not really good. Anyway. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Please stop by the...
There's a crisis on the border. Lots of illegal aliens coming through. There's a crisis on the border.
Get your own show, Diane.
I've never seen a UFO before, have you? I'm gonna go check it out. Oh, ow,
oh. Watch your step. Oh, Victoria Jackson. Victoria Jackson. Wow. Are you okay? We'll call 911 as soon as we're done here. And for you conservative elites out there who pass on intellectual frog legs because you have a problem with a southern accent, well, I'm thinking of a finger.
Sock it to me.
Thank you guys so much for being here, and a special thanks to the awesome Victoria Jackson. Please stop by the website at intellectualfroglegs.com. That's where you can sign up for the show, and thanks to the awesome donations.
Your love gives me such a thrill, but your love won't pay my bills. I want money. That's what I want.
Anyway, please share the show with everybody you can. Share with Democrats and independents. Because, again, preaching to the choir ain't going to pack the church. And we've got a country to save. Find something to do. Volunteer. Do your part. And work like nobody's helping you. And I hope you'll come back for the next Intellectual Frog Legs. God bless.
Government is the problem.